You're going to see lights in the coming time in Liberia in the next few weeks between Broad Street. For those of you who know where St. Paul. So the president is thinking about developing the country. And his vision is to make sure that those things happen. We've been challenged with electricity for a very long time in our country. People got their houses, they don't have lights into their homes because the transformers that were installed in those communities have lived their usefulness. So you got the hydro, it's supplying the current, but the current can reach to people's homes. President Weah think that that is not the best way to go. Currently, as I speak to you, the president administration is changing all of those old Chalekin Town transformer in the various communities, putting in new transformers. And when they complete that process, now the businesses, the hospitals, the homes in the city will now have current. That's part of what President Weah wants to see happen. Now let's go talk a lot about roads. For some of you live in the most surrounding area, for example, Johnsonville is a common example. Now you can drive from red light, if you know what Johnsonville is, and then go to direct market in less than 20 minutes on paved road. They are just about completing the quota from direct market, pass through Johnsonville, come to red light, connecting Pakopin. That is road connectivity. And what it's doing for those people around there, those who abandoned their properties in those communities are now developing their properties. So roads also come along with development. And the president is very happy that even with the difficulties with COVID, his administration is still working, is still making sure that we connect our country via roads. Some of you traveled along the superhighway between countries. In the next few months, you will drive from here to Buduburam, you will get connected to Loguato, and you will drive on a paved road from Loguato to Monrovia because the Sanikole Loguato highway is being worked on. And so the president is not just thinking about the roads. He's also helping to give people homes to sleep. Now let's go talk about the homes the president building. But the president is not building the homes to rent. He's giving the homes to the people free of charge. So nobody paying 1 cent for those houses the president is building in Bon County, for the houses he built in Grances, for the houses he even built in Tucson. How many of you know that the president even built purple houses for people in Tucson, the home of former President Samuel Doe? He built houses in Tucson for people who've been sleeping with cattle, who've been sleeping in purple houses, giving back to the people trying to improve their lives. So if you go to Tucson today, you're going to see those houses, 2-bedroom with bar room. Some people have never used a camo before in their life. Some of them, they are about 60, 75 years old. It is under this administration that they will go and sit on a camo. So you see how the president is thinking about the people. He's helping move out of those very poor life that they lived in the past. There's a town in Zoeju, for example, called Pele Village. No presidents have ever stopped in that town. All they did was get in the convoy and pass, and the people get on the road and wave to the president. Today, the president has built houses for that entire village. They've broken down their purple houses and they are living in those houses. The problem, yes, it is trying. Is it finding solution to the economy? Yes. Currently, The entire world is challenged. You know it. You sit here, we got a new form of life. We're wearing nose masks, we're wearing face masks. People are not traveling. Investors are not making the move any longer. But there are several other contacts that this president has made in the interest of developing the country. You may have heard all of what you've heard here in this camp. The negative, the story, the opposition side, the imposition side, the non-position side. But what we've come to give you is a picture of what's happening in your country. We know very well that in everything we say here, some of you will believe it, some of you will not believe it. Some of you come to ask us questions about the president operation. Some of you have come to ask us why the president is building, because so many things you can hear. Why the president build his home. So when you wait for your money, how do you spend your money, even if you are president? So if the president of Liberia, who before becoming president, played with money, before becoming president, invested in his properties, now he's president, so he will sit back and say, because I'm president. So all my other things I got before becoming president, it should go down the drain. That's how some Liberians want President Weah to behave. But this president is developing gradually. He's investing in the infrastructure of the country. He's making sure with the challenges in our country, he's making sure our health sector with COVID, we are doing our very best. When the president said you are building military hospital, some of you here were saying all kind of things. Oh, what they call military hospital? But when COVID hit the world, when it hit Liberia, what the first thing they care the people? Military hospital. The same hospital, some people are saying, they got no news. And you know, it just for not to spend the Liberian poor money. That hospital served as a reference point. That's what people with interest about the people always want to do. If you drive along the Robertson Highway today, through the president initiative, we are building that big wild field. You can see the wild field around the shopping barrier. Go there. It's going to be a new city within your city. They are putting 5,000 housing units on that field. So you see people building houses like you see here in Ghana and other places you go. It is not the government money, but it's the government negotiation with people who come to build those houses and mortgage it to Liberians, and it's going to develop the country. So there's a lot. For me, I'm interested in answering your question. I just thought to buttress some of the issues that Carrasco talked about on the roads. And those of you say, what happened in Lofa? Oh yes, you know the Lofa road. It's been worked on. If you're from Lofa County, they are working on your road. That road being there, Sanado program for that road. The Banga Menikoma Highway, that road have never been touched. But go there now. People are on the road. They are working on the road. You understand that? So every part of the country has been touched by this administration. They are building bridges in Grand Cape Mount County. Some places in Grand Cape Mount County were being cut off. If from Cape Mount, you're thinking what is happening to people in Cape Mount County. But if you go to Grand Cape Mount today, they are connecting your towns, your villages with bridges to give you access to movement. The government is not just sitting back. But again, our friends who were just there 12 years ago, who were taking 19,000, 25,000, and 50,000 every month, are angry. They are vexed. You see a lot of anger in people. So you got a society now of hate. People see the young men, they say, what kind of name can be aid to president? People see people that also say, we don't even know English, why would be speaking for president? So, but at the same young people, the envy, the jealousy is holding the country hostage. But the president will never get distracted.
Thank you.
His focus, we can assure you, that if God gave all of us life and you return to Liberia, the Liberia that you left there 10 years ago, or the Liberia that you left there since the war, or that you hear all of the bad things about, will not be the Liberia that you will see when President Weah tenure expire. Because this president vision for the country is to make sure that Liberia and Liberians can live a better life.
Yes.
You will hear people criticism. Oh yes. The president, the first day he wore boots to go play football, people started criticizing him. That man, he small man, he will not do nothing. You take the man from the feet, put him on the bench. Every time they put the president on the bench, when they bring him back on the feet, he can surprise them. So if you give out the president football history, places he went to play football, when people were all looking him, the time he was making them shame. From Cameroon to all of the countries he went and won a war, people never took him to be anybody that would do anything. But up to his time of service, he always performed. So criticize him anyway, say anything you want to say about the president. But he's taking your criticism and he's performing. Those who think that the president is doing absolutely nothing, oh, you think that you're criticizing President Weah? Yes. He grew up selling battles. He was selling battles like anyone here who's sitting here. He went to the dump site to pick up battle to sell. He did it. He was the best battle seller. Right? He left from there. He survived through the trenches. Today he's president. So you think he haven't understood the dynamics of life? He knows what life is all about. So criticize the president, but we can assure you, the more you criticize the president, the more the president gains more strength, the more you keep surprising people. The president is not your everyday politician and they live back on Matthew then, and you know, they took an antipotent and those politicians, no.